Check your vulva. No, you're normal. It's Dr. Itunu. You were on the panel. You had so much to say. We were talking about the stigma and, the taboos and how to get rid of them around menopause.
Oh my gosh, it is so important because a lot of women are left outside of the menopause conversation, and that may be because they don't have the language, they feel shame around their bodies because they haven't ever been told that it's fine to have questions about different parts of their body. And then when they're going through this transition period, they're all of a sudden overtaken by, oh my God, my body's changing so fast. I don't know what's happening with me. I don't even know how to express myself. And then it's just so difficult for these women.
It certainly is. Now, you started a clinic, and obviously you trained as a GP. Tell us how that's going and what you kind of specialise in.
So I'm a GP with a special interest in women's health and the menopause. And for me, it's really important that the care that I bring is biopsychosocial. What does that mean? It means that I consider every aspect. So of course the biological aspect, which includes hormonal health, but also the psychological. You hear me talk a lot about the mental load that women are still carrying disproportionately for society in 2025. And so many menopausal women are in that sandwich generation where it's just so much. And then of course there's the social factors, women still doing most of the caring work for society, as well as a lot of us working full time. And so therefore, when the menopause happens, it's so difficult to cope because it's just burnout and overburden.
Well, I think that word's really important as well as burnout. There's a lot of that kind of going on. But we're going to rewind it just a little bit because I loved your kind of your story. It did make me laugh, and I think it would resonate with a lot of our youngsters out there as well.
So as I say, I had very painful and heavy periods throughout school, missing 2 to 3 days out of school. I mean, it was this kind of situation where I'd sit on the toilet and I'll just flood. And then I got into medical school. Everyone's super clever. And I was struggling because I couldn't make enough time. And so I went to see the GP and we tried the non-hormonal stuff. And they were like, you really need hormones. And of course, I went to speak to my mum and she was like, no! You cannot use that. No way. As Nigerians, in her head, it was dangerous. It was going to impact my future fertility. None of this is based in reality. It was just the myths that our community holds. And so it's rampant. And, on TikTok, on social media, in communities, on WhatsApp, there's so much misinformation. And so this wonderful GP tutor was able to actually say to me, Itunu, why are you so scared? And really say, why don't you try it out for yourself? And I did. And boy, was it life-changing. I ended up being able to finish medical school. I've got to understand that we're the experts in our own body, but also we have got to have an open mind as patients. So it's kind of both ways because I could have missed out on my future health because I was afraid of something that I needed not fair. Not that hormones is for everyone, but for those people who it's really important, it can be life-changing.
Check your vulva. No, you're normal.